Masks up, boys. This is the one that ought to put the Royer freight line out of business. Take him.
Welcome to Rimrock.
Instead of trying to be funny, why don't you help drive them off?
What for? We're not carrying any Wells Fargo box. Got nothing valuable. So as far as I'm concerned, they can catch up with us.
Listen, I'm carrying a federal contract authorization that means the difference between life and death for my father's freight company. I think that's what they're after.
So that's it. Trying to break Lon Royer.
Yes. How did you know my dad's name?
I'll tell you later. Right now I'm going to be busy.
Stop them now. They're too close to town. Come on.
Whoa. Hello, Dad. Bob.
Hey, what happened?
All I know is that we're lucky to be alive. If it weren't for him...
Howdy, men.
Well, glad you got here. It's been a long time.
Then you must be Jesse.
Yeah, my cousin, John Howard.
It's good to know you, John. For a while, those clothes had me fooled, but I should have known from the way you handled those raiders.
I thought you told me this was a peaceful corner of Missouri.
It used to be. What happened to the driver and shotgun?
Raiders got them both.
At least they didn't get the authorization, Dad.
2 lives is a big price to pay for it.
Why doesn't somebody tell me what this is all about?
Suppose you bring him up to date, Bob. I'll walk Peg home and meet you back here.
Why don't you invite them over for dinner, Dad? Be ready at 6.
Thanks. Sure be nice, Miss Peg.
You're a sight for sore eyes, Jesse.
It's been almost 2 years, Frank. Very touching, Frank. Fine reminder of your brother to have around.
It's a reminder, all right, Jesse.
A reminder of a past we've got to bury.
The way they've got the James brothers tagged, burying the past is going to be a full-time job.
Yeah, they still try to pin every unsolved crime on us.
We've got to make a stand someplace, though.
Sure enough. But you might as well know the worst.
I have a pretty fair idea, Frank. Things aren't so good around here, are they?
That's putting it mildly. On account of those raider attacks, we're barely hanging on by the skin of our teeth.
What's this authorization that Peg brought in?
That authorization was an order on the warehouseman here to hand over to us 3 months' supplies to be delivered to a small post some 50 miles from here. And if we get the shipment through all right, we're to get a 2-year government contract.
That sounds great.
It will be, if Ace Marlin doesn't think up some new tricks for his raiders to stop us.
Marlin. Is he the big gun behind the raiders?
I think so. But he keeps himself pretty well covered. No one can pin anything on him.
Listen, Frank. It took a lot of guts for Lon to make room for us here, to help us get started. Maybe we can repay him by pitching in now that things are a little rough.
I was telling Lon, Jesse, how we needed you here. You got the right slant on it. Lon, did you hear? He's dead.
Peg, dear, you can't imagine how shocked I was to hear the terrible news. And is it true the murderer stole that government paper off your father?
Yes, I guess that's why they killed him. The government contract means a lot to us, and without written permission, we can't move the trial shipment.
Oh, if I were only a man, I'd find some way to make them murdering thieves pay for this.
There's still a couple of men in Rimrock who might do just that.
I see only one of them.
The other is my cousin, John Howard, a stranger here.
He's on his way to St. Louis to get a duplicate of the authorization they stole from Dad.
Why, that's wonderful, Peg. Then you're not going to close up Royer Freight?
Not as long as we're able to stand up and fight for it.
Good for you, girl. And count on me anytime I can help.
It's good to know we have some friends here. Meantime, I'd like to send a wire on ahead to the quartermaster general and let him know what John's coming for.
Why, sure. Davis will help you. Well, I've got work to do.
Morning, folks.
Morning.
You sure put on an act when you have to.
Thanks. But with Carol and this new character, Howard, sticking to their guns, we'll need more than words to gain control of the freight business in this territory.
Won't take us long to separate those boys from the men in Rimrock.
I was sure Peg would give up and sell when they lost that authorization. And if they get that federal contract, it will be harder than ever to put Royer Freight out of business.
Sure. But what makes you think they'll deliver that shipment to get the contract?
I didn't say they would. Just gives us a problem to work out.
With 4 days before the supplies arrive, it'll be a cinch to think of something.
That's all I wanted to hear you say.
Well, we're all set, Peg. Wagons, horses, equipment, supplies, and everything.
Good. Oh, here's the latest wire from Jesse. He's on the last lap of his trip and should be home early this afternoon.
Good. Now, maybe I can catch up on some sleep.
Mr. Carroll! Mr. Carroll!
Ace Marlin's over the government warehouse, loading his wagons with them supplies we were supposed to haul.
Well, how can he do that? He hasn't any right to move freight for them.
Come on, Peg. Let's see what he's up to.
Howdy, Miss Royer. Bob?
By what authority are you moving these supplies, Mr. Marlin?
You can call me Ace. Mr. Carson here's my authority. He's in charge for the government. There was no one here to haul these supplies to the post, and they had to be moved, so I worked it out with him, right?
How can you do that? You know the Royer Freight has the authorization for this job.
Why, Miss Roy, I'd be only too glad to let you go ahead. Have you got the papers with you?
If we had the papers, Lon Royer'd be alive right now. But there's a special authorization on the way from the garrison commandant.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Meantime, I've still got the job, right?
Right.
What'll we do, Frank?
I've got an idea that might delay him until Jesse gets here. Take Marlin aside and start talking to him.
What about?
Anything. Just keep him busy.
I don't like it, but all right.
Well, thanks for a pleasant talk, Miss Royer.
Oh, you can call me Peg, Ace.
All right, Peg. All set? Let 'em roll. What in the... Who took them bolts out? Of all the cheap, low-down tricks...
Careful, there's a lady here.
Get over to the stable and get some new pins. What'd you have to do with this, Carol? Why I oughta...
Here it is, Peg.
John, how wonderful. Here's the order for the supplies, Mr. Carson.
Satisfied now? Tell your men to start unloading.
Those supplies stay right where they are.
That's mighty considerate of you, Marlin. Time's short, so we'll hire your wagons at the usual rate.
My wagons ain't for hire.
As long as you're in the freight business, they are. Get our drivers, Bob.
Oh, no, you don't.
Get up, Marlin. Now get out of here.
I'll be seeing you around, Howard. And now they're on their way to the post with my wagons.
So what? Are you going to kiss the whole thing goodbye and let this character make a monkey out of you?
What else can I do? There's a whole detachment of troops at the post.
It's a good place for them as long as they stay there.
They don't add up.
It does if those wagons never reach the post. Suppose you and your men were to ride out to that pass between here and the post, then hit the wagons before they got through.
Right ahead. See it all's clear.
See you on the other side of the pass.
This'll do it. When they come through the cut, we'll let them have it.
coal oil in the other wagon.
Bring him over here. We'll blast him out of there. Get another one. Shoot a hole in it.
You all right, Frank?
Yeah, just stunned a bit.
Let's find my horse.
Ben Marlin took off so fast you couldn't see him for dust.
I wonder what I'd do without you and Jesse.
Me, you could do without. It's a brother of mine. The way he's working to put Roy afraid on its feet, it'd take a lot of doing by Ace Marlin or anybody else to stop him.
Well, speak of the devil and he's bound to appear.
Morning, Peg. Frank. I just hustled up a couple of drivers and sent our wagons out.
Wagons? Who for?
Pop Keever, a copper miner down the way a piece, who's going to let us haul his freight.
Keever? Why, he's an old customer of Dad's that Marlin scared into doing business with him.
Well, consider him unscared and our customer again. If we can deliver a shipment of copper concentrate for him to the refinery.
There's more to it than that, Jesse. What did you promise him?
Lower rates than Marlin.
And he wasn't afraid of raider attacks and a possible loss of shipment?
I promised him we'd make good any loss.
You're out of your mind, Jesse. We haven't got that kind of money.
And we never will have, unless we pin Ace Marlin's ears back and show that we can deliver the goods.
That makes sense, Frank.
Did I say it didn't?
Now that that's settled, you better file Pop Keever's order.
My wagons are outside. Where's the shipment?
Oh, the shipment. Well, I'm sorry, Ace, but I don't have a full load ready.
He hasn't any load. Where's the ore?
Well, I guess I'm sort of cleaned out, boys.
Wouldn't like to think someone else beat us to it.
Maybe he's decided to do business with that Royer outfit.
All right. What if I did?
Nothing. Just that the Royer outfit's been running into a lot of tough luck lately with raiders.
Well, they're taking that risk, not me. And that new man, John Howard, he seems to know what he's doing.
I don't think you do. Better change your mind, Keever. Remember, you've still got an agreement with the Ace Freight Lines.
Yes, but it ain't in writing. So I'll do business with anyone I've a mind to, as long as they keep their end of the bargain.
Huh? Can't say I didn't warn you, Keever.
Ace, I don't get it. That conniving old goat double-crosses us, and you let him get away with it.
I only let him think so. Howard and Carroll haven't completed their deal yet.
Yes, but we can't stop them wagons now.
Oh, but you and some of the boys can reach the refinery before they leave.
I see what you mean.
Tell the men to take the wagons back, Frank. Then we'll deliver the money to Pop Keever.
I'll take that.
money for that shipment, Pop.
Well, this beats all. And you had no run-in with raiders?
We did, and we probably will have. Unless people are willing to take a chance with us.
Well, I'll be glad to help out any way I can.
Then you might try talking to shippers in this area into signing with us on the same terms.
Well, that'll mean bucking Ace Marlin.
Sure. We'd be taking the first step toward running him and his cutthroats out of this territory.
Well, then, by Joshua, I'll do it.
Well, here's your chance. Could you get the shippers to attend a secret mass meeting at the freight office around 4 o'clock this afternoon?
Sure I can.
Then start rounding them up, Pop. I'll pick you up here in time for the meeting.
Plain as the nose on your face that Howard and Carroll have gotten Keever to help organize the shippers.
Uh-oh. If they do that, we're washed up in Rimrock.
It's a big if. Remember the time Jed Tracy tried to step out of line?
Sure. He met with an accident that changed his mind and everybody else's.
Well, wouldn't it be too bad if something changed Keever's mind about attending that meeting?
Yeah, wouldn't it?
That you, Howard?
Sorry to disappoint you, Keever. This won't take long. Get to work, Bailey.
Hey, wait a minute. You can't do that.
Get another car. Give Monk a hand, tie him up. Now we'll get you in shape for that meeting, Pop.
All right, put your guns in that barrel. Cut them loose.
ask your friends to sign up for the Royer Freight Line, Keeper?
Pull him up.
Good work, Howard.
Looks like Ace was trying to keep you from talking to the law and order meeting.
Well, he didn't stop me. I'm more sure than ever now that with you and Bob Carroll leading us, the decent people of this territory can drive out Ace Marlin.
Leastwise, we can try. Let's see what we can do about it.
All right.
I'm declaring war on the Royer Freight Line. They took 6 contracts away from me yesterday at a public meeting.
Try going to war, as you call it, and you lose the rest of your contracts. No, Ace. This time we're going on the defensive.
I can't see that that would get us anywhere.
Maybe not. But this will.
Harry Sharkey wanted for forgery. Well, that's Henry Simpson, the county land recorder.
Right. And my bottom dollar says that when Henry finds out what we know about him, he'll be willing to forge a new boundary line on the title of your land to include the road through Narrow Gap.
I see what you mean.
We figured on trouble. That's why the deputy's here.
Then let the deputy do the talking.
The talking's all done with. You can't get through that gate without paying the toll. It's legal.
Do we have to take his word for that?
You think I'm a liar, huh?
That's the Royer outfit. Stop him.
It's Ace Marlin, Jesse.
They busted through the toll gate, Mr. Marlin.
We just asked for something more than his word to prove Ace's right to block a public road. His men showed their guns and stampeded the horses.
Well, I guess guns is all they had, fellas. But here's a map of Ace's property.
You mean that includes Narrow Gap?
Well, Ace here claims that that's a duplicate of the original survey turned up in a recent title search. Looks to me like part of this road's never been public.
I don't believe it. This is merely a new trick of Ace's to drive us out of business. We'd go broke paying his toll rates, default our new contracts.
He's right, Deputy. We're going to look into this matter as soon as we deliver this stuff back to the freight office.
That's all right with me, Howard. Just so long as you pay the toll to use my road to get there.
God.
Maybe we should have refused to pay the toll. Showdown would have forced Ace to prove his claim in court.
That kind of a trial would be held in the county seat. Somebody there might recognize us as Frank and Jesse James.
How else can we fight him? He's closed the only road into Rimrock.
No, wait, there is another road, or at least there used to be. Dad came to Rimrock by the old Spanish Trail. It was a couple of days longer from Salt Valley, but if it's still open, we can use it and save the toll charge.
Good idea, Peg. What's the route?
Oh, I don't really remember, but it would show on the map, and they'd have that at the land office.
Right. Let's go, Frank.
Can I help you, gentlemen?
We'd like to see a map of the old Spanish Trail.
The old Spanish Trail? I don't believe we have it. Oh, just a minute.
Public isn't permitted behind the counter, sir. I'm sorry.
So am I, sir. My eyesight seems to be better than yours. Here it is. East across Salt Valley to the foothills. Take the north fork of Cabin Creek to Boone Pass. Follow Elk Ridge to Rimrock Canyon. And there it's just a drop into town.
Wait. Looks like somebody traced a pack trail across country to Keyhole Pass. See the grooves in the paper?
I'm sorry, but you gentlemen will have to come back later. I always close my office during the noon hour.
Not so fast, mister. You've been trying to keep us from seeing this map ever since we came in here.
No, I haven't.
This map has been tampered with. You're going to tell us all about it.
But I don't know nothing about it.
Maybe. Who was the last person to ask for that map?
I don't remember.
Maybe this will help you remember.
Yeah. It was Monk Tucker, about an hour ago. He was trying to find a quick way to get to Keyhole Pass.
Ace is way ahead of us. Monk Tucker isn't going to Keyhole Pass just to admire the scenery.
We better see what they're up to.
They can plant the charge there.
Cover me. I'll try to get around behind him.
Drop those guns. Looks like Ace made his point again.
Maybe there's some other way around.
No, maybe about it. There must be a way to beat that Marlin. Let's get back to town.
And from what I saw at Keyhole Pass, that blow-up must have been a beaut.
Sounds wonderful, Ace. Only one thing still bothers me.
Yeah, I know. The boys at the freight office. You'd like to know how they found out what we were up to at Keyhole Pass.
Of course I would. Especially since Simpson isn't exactly the kind of person I'd trust very far.
With that forgery rap hanging over his head, he's so scared he won't even talk to himself.
Well, scared or not, the fact that he's wanted for forgery has become a danger to us.
How do you figure that?
Suppose Howard and Carroll, who are plenty suspicious now, do a little snooping and find out that he's a wanted man.
So they get rid of Simpson, and we still control the toll road.
You left out one step. If they find that out about him, they'll surely demand an investigation of the survey records. Once they do that, our toll road won't be worth the skin off a coyote.
In that case, I'd better get rid of Simpson.
Quietly.
How about a trip out of the county?
That should be very good for him, and most unfortunate for Howard and Carroll.
It will be.
And even if we sit here till doomsday, the fact still remains that there's no way around that toll gate.
Yeah, for another week like this, and Marlin will break us for sure.
What's got into you two anyway? You forgotten that Lon was killed because of this dirty business? And if only for his sake, we've got to fight this through to a showdown. And you don't have to look so unhappy about it. I wouldn't talk like this if we didn't have a lead to follow.
You mean Simpson?
Who else?
But I thought he told you all that you wanted to know.
That was only about what happened at Keyhole Pass.
Right. There's still a few things we should know about the survey that suddenly made that toll gate possible. I think we can get Mr. Simpson to clear up any doubts we have.
Certainly no harm in trying.
See you later, Peg.
Won't happen on trying that door.
Why? What's wrong?
Well, I don't know if there's anything wrong, but Simpson just left here a few minutes ago in a buckboard with one of Marlin's men.
You wouldn't know where he was going.
That ain't none of my business. Except that they went out that way.
Thanks. They just left a few minutes ago. We shouldn't have any trouble catching up with them.
We can't let him catch up with Simpson.
Suppose I get a couple of the boys.
I got a better idea. You get the buckboard and pick up Jackson.
Hey, Frank, that looks like him. Hold it, you might hit Simpson.
What's the idea?
What's the idea of shooting at us?
Well, I guess I just don't like being chased. What do you want?
Simpson, the recorder.
Simpson? You two must be plumb local.
They told us he rode out this way.
So maybe there's something wrong with your hearing. Now get out of the way.
This Simpson must be a lot more important than any of us figured.
And you think this is just a blind to throw us off his trail?
What else? But I've got an idea. If we double back, we'll pick up the trail of that other buckboard.
Well, it should be safe enough to cut back and meet Ace.
Hey, Frank, look here.
This must be where they made the switch.
Yeah, the trail's plain enough. We shouldn't have any trouble following it, even in the dark.
You know, you never saw two more surprised men in your life. They found out they had the wrong buckboard.
Can't expect Howard and Carroll to stay surprised. We got to ride Simpson out of the country tonight.
Coming back to town with us, Simpson.
What for? I haven't done anything.
I'll let you answer that one when we look through the survey record.
All right, Howard, you've got the edge on me with that gun. But if you're willing to listen to reason, I'll make a deal with you.
Forget the gun. What's the proposition?
I'll give you a deposition on what Marlin forced me to do with the survey records. If you'll guarantee me safe conduct out of the county.
If you've been tied up in any crooked deal with Marlin, I can't guarantee anything. The law might go easy with you. Come on.
And Carroll in there.
I thought you decoyed them off the trail.
Well, I thought sure we did.
Simpson's ready to talk his head off, and they're planning on taking him back to the office.
That's what they think. Come on, we'll give them a welcome like they never had before.
Have you got an extra gun?
Here.
Simpson. Let's get back to town.
Howard and Carol are in there.
Come on, we'll give them a welcome like they never had before.
You got an extra gun?
Here.
All right, Simpson. Let's get back to town.
Hello, Jesse.
Hiya, Peg.
Tired, huh? Maybe this'll take some of the sleep out of you.
Well, it's only a matter of a few days until the new recorder shows up. And Frank and I won't have to stand guard over that office any longer.
I hope some good comes of it all. Another week of Marlin's toll road and we'll be out of business.
I'm sure we'll come out on top, Peg. Simpson told me that Marlin forced him to change the survey records. And once we find out what was changed, Mr. Marlin's toll road won't be worth the dust that blows across it.
I'm convinced, Jesse.
Well, time to relieve Frank. Thanks for the coffee.
Be careful.
I will.
Frank. Well, that's a
about it. By the time the accident's discovered, this place will be nothing but ashes. Go ahead, light it.
It's me, Jesse. What happened?
Somebody must have sneaked up behind. That's all I remember.
All right, let's go.
Get their guns, Bob. Let's get the Atlas. Marlin must have figured this evidence was getting pretty hot. So he decided to have it catch on fire, accidental-like. And as I told you before, this is a perfect example of Simpson's forger ability.
Well, how can you tell, Jesse?
Look here. These are zone maps covering this entire area. Every page is well thumbed and worn with age. Every page except this one. See how new it is? Looks like it's just been added to the book.
And it's a map of the section that Marlin is using for his toll road.
Not at all surprising, Peg. This is the map that Marlin forced Simpson to forge, giving him the right to use the toll gate on the road.
And comparing this map with the old one will prove it.
They must have destroyed that.
Sure, but not the original, because it's on file at the commissioner's office in Santa Fe. And Frank and I will take it there ourselves, so that we can settle Marlin's hash before he has a chance to make another move.
You can leave on the midnight stage.
I think it would stir up less curiosity if we took the Atlas in with our regular freight shipment in the morning.
Good morning, Peg. How is everything?
Better for a change, thanks.
I'm sure glad to hear that. And do you know I received a telegram telling that the new recorder will arrive here tomorrow?
I don't think we'll need his help now, Bill.
Atta girl. You must excuse a woman's curiosity, Peg. But it sounds as though Howard and Carol have something up their sleeves that has to do with the toll road.
They have.
I suppose that's why they left here so early this morning.
That's it, exactly. They're taking some evidence they found in the recorder's office to the territorial commissioner. They'll show up Ace Marlin for the crook he is.
That's the best news I've heard since they ran the James gang out of Missouri. I sure hope it works out.
It has to, Bill. In the meantime, we still have to eat. Here's my grocery list.
Well, now, don't worry. I'll take care of it, Peg.
Thanks, Bill. Bye.
Bye, Peg. So your men destroyed everything at the recorder's office, did they? Well, I just found out that Howard and Carol saved the county atlas. And if they reach the territorial commissioner with it, we can just forget about our toll road.
Not if I can head them off.
They left by freight wagon over 2 hours ago. How can you catch up with them?
I got it. Howard and Carol are bound to stop at a halfway house for some grub and to care for their team. I'll telegraph our relay station to send a couple of men there. And when Howard and Carol arrive...
We'll water the horses and get a little food here.
Right. I could eat a steer the way I feel now.
Hey, you! Come back here! That's your stagecoach? Yeah. Mind if we borrow it? Thanks. Come on, Frank.
minute, Peg. Some very good news. The commissioners just ruled Ace Marlin's toll gate illegal.
But this is wonderful.
Everyone in Rimrock ought to be grateful to Howard and Carol for breaking Ace's toll road blockade.
I hope they show their appreciation by throwing some business our way.
Well, I will. And beginning right now, I'll wire the Santa Fe Bank to let them bring in the payroll I hold here for the miners.
Thanks, Belle. With people like you behind us, we can make Ace Marlin sing a different tune. Bye.
Bye.
Whose side are you on, Belle? Those boys bust up the toll road and you turn around and give them more business.
Also a little more rope to strangle themselves and the whole Royer outfit.
I don't get it.
You will. Tomorrow morning, you'll round up some of the boys to hang out in front of the store. And when Howard and Carol arrive with the payroll money...
Hey, you can't push them.
Thanks for the job, Belle. You'll sure be glad we got a receipt for all that money.
Well, you'll only have to wait long enough for me to count it, boys.
Hey, what was all that ruckus all about out there?
Nothing much. Just a drunk.
Sorry I missed it. How about a plug of rough cut?
Be with you in a minute, Sheriff. Why, it's empty.
Empty? What was supposed to be in there, Belle?
The payroll for the miners, about $3,000.
I don't believe it. This bag hasn't been out of our sight since we left Santa Fe.
Are you sure that's the bag they put the money in?
Absolutely.
I reckon I'll have to hold you boys then until we get to the bottom of this.
If that were my money, I wouldn't let this happen to you and Bob.
I appreciate that, Belle.
Put out your hands.
We're gonna find that money, Belle.
Hey! Hey! Come back here!
Belle will tell you all about it. We'll get in touch with you later.
John, Bob's been hit.
Out your horses, boys!
Frank, you're losing a lot of blood.
I can't outrun them, Jess. You better go ahead.
No, we'll hold up in Blind Pass Cave. Here, take my horse and get under cover over there. bad, Frank. We'll be safe here until you're able to travel.
Travel? Frank and Jesse James, fugitives again. I'd hoped we were through running away from the law when Landroy gave us a chance to settle down in Rimrock.
We're not running any further until Ace Marlin's paid for Lon's murder. Peg can't fight him alone.
I wanted to hear you say that, Jesse. Because I got a feeling Ace stole that money just to get us into this mess.
And they could have taken it during that ruckus near the Frontier Bell. I'm going to talk to Peg and see if I can pick up any information tonight. I'll be back out as soon as possible.
Jesse. How's Frank?
You'll be all right.
It's something to be thankful for. Everything else is such a mess.
Oh, come now. We'll work it out somehow.
I don't know how. The money shipment wasn't insured, and we're responsible for it. Now, where are we going to get $3,000 to make it good?
All we need is a little time for me to find a clue to what happened.
Time is so important, especially with you and Frank being fugitives.
We've gotten out of worse jams than this. They got their chance when that drunk Brandy Jones bumped into Frank.
Jesse, Brandy Jones was cold sober. I saw him right after that.
Where does Brandy live?
Near Oak Flats, I believe.
You better wait here. This has got to look friendly.
Hide in the back room. Coming.
Evening, Miss Royer.
You get out of here, Ace Marlin.
Now, don't get excited. I just heard your freight line was for sale, and I
You're
thought...
the last person I'd sell it to.
I'm the only one with enough ready cash to get Howard and Carol out of trouble.
You should know by now they can do that by themselves.
Maybe if they had a chance. But the sheriff has ordered them shot on sight. He knows they haven't left Rimrock County, and he's organizing a manhunt right now. Better change your mind. Here's my check for $3,000. It's the difference between life and death for Howard and Carol.
You win. I'll make out the bill of sale right away.
Drop that pen, Peg.
Howard!
Thanks for giving Peg your check for the money you stole from her.
Well, you're out of your mind. I never stole
Peg
it.
just told me about someone who might tell a different story. You're going to see him with me. Turn around.
Hold it, Howard.
Now what do we do? They may be back.
I know. Listen. Frank was hurt in the getaway, and we holed up in Blind Pass Cave.
Is he hurt badly?
No, he'll be all right. We've got to stay hidden there until I can clear up this mystery of the missing money.
Surely there must be something I can do to help.
You're our lifeline, Peg. First thing I've got to have are medical supplies and food.
I'll get you anything you want.
All right, bandages and iodine, slab of bacon, some flour, coffee, and beans.
I'll bring them to you as soon as the frontier bell opens.
Most important, though, be sure no one's following you.
Don't worry. I'll be very careful.
And I suppose the boys expect to be holed up for quite a spell, because I managed to get back and overheard Howard asking Peg Royer to bring him some bacon and beans and stuff.
Where to?
I don't know, but what's the difference? As long as they're fugitives, they won't be bothering us.
The fact that they're still able to move bothers me. They'll be a threat to us running things our way at Rimrock as long as they're alive.
All right, I'll round up the boys and go after them.
There's an easier way than chasing blindly all over the county.
Name it.
You just did yourself. Peg Royer.
What do you mean, Trailer?
Of course. She'll probably be in tomorrow after that bacon. And this is what I have in mind. You'll be ready.
Sign of anyone yet.
Don't worry. I'm sure Peg will be along soon.
How do you feel?
Oh, like a new man. Why?
Remember what Peg told me about seeing Brandy Jones with Marlin after he started that ruckus?
Yeah.
Well, I've a hunch that Brandy might be able to clear up what happened to the money pouch for us.
Sure. Well, let's find out what he knows.
That's the idea. But it'd be better if I went alone. Sure you can take care of yourself in case anything happens?
Feel fit as a fiddle. I'll be waiting for you. Peg.
It's a fine way to greet a friend. Put that away.
Well, it can't be too careful these days.
How's your shoulder?
It'll feel much better when I get some of this grub in me.
We'll have something fixed up in no time. You alone?
Yeah. We thought if one of us went up to Brandy's cabin, we might get a line on something, because it...
That gives us a line on something, too. Your cousin is found snooping around Brandy's place. He'll find something he didn't bargain for. This way out. Come on. I wouldn't do that if I were you. If you wanted to live, get his gun, Monk. Get going.
Hold it there. What are you looking for?
What makes you think I'm looking for anything? I just stopped by to ask you about something that's been puzzling me.
You're the one that's going to answer the puzzling questions, Howard. You and your cousin Bob.
If you find him.
He's been found. And you're just in time to meet the same reception committee that's going to greet him. Now, come on, let's not keep him waiting. Get on your horse. You stalled long enough. Talk up now and tell us what you did with that money.
But he's told you that...
Keep her quiet.
Get her out of here. I've told you all I know, and I demand to be released unless I'm legally charged with some crime.
Listen to him.
Let's show him who's the law.
Bob Carroll, I'm hereby arresting you for the crime of highway robbery.
Highway robbery is a capital crime. Ain't it, Sheriff?
Sure it is. What are we waiting for?
Let's take it.
Now listen here, you can't do this. It's against the law.
And we feel that what he did with our hard-earned money is against the law. Come on, boys.
Okay.
Sheriff, aren't you going to do something to stop them?
Sure. Sure, I'm going to round up some deputies right away.
It's Howard.
Stop it.
Let's hang him, too.
Here's the money he accuses us of stealing. Does that satisfy you? Or do you still feel like hanging an innocent man?
Bringing it back now doesn't wipe out the fact that you stole it in the first place. He thinks this will save their necks. What about it, men? Do we want thieves here in Rimrock? Answer that one.
What are we waiting for? Why don't you listen to reason?
You gonna stand there and let him make monkeys out of you with that fool talk?
Let's go. Let's string them both up.
Here's the money he accuses us of stealing. Does that satisfy you? Or do you still feel like hanging an innocent man?
Bringing it back now doesn't wipe out the fact that you stole it in the first place. He thinks this will save their necks. What about it, men? Do we want thieves here in Rimrock? Answer that one.
What are we waiting for? Why don't you listen to reason?
You gonna stand there and let him make monkeys out of you with that fool talk?
Let's go. Let's string them both up.
I thought you were a goner.
For a moment, I thought we both were.
Howard, in the name of Rimrock law, I arrest you as Carroll's accomplice on a charge of robbery.
Just a moment, Sheriff. Is this Belle Calhoun's property?
Maybe. It appears to fit the description of the bag Belle claims she lost.
I'm turning it over to you. Open it. You'll find every cent of Belle's money intact.
This kind of spoils your robbery charge, doesn't it, Sheriff?
We've never heard any proof of the prisoner's innocence. The only reason Howard came back with the money they stole was to save his cousin's neck.
If it's proof you want, you'll find plenty of it at Brandy Jones' shack. I traced this money to where he'd hidden it under a woodpile. You'll find Brandy tied up there waiting for you. Bring him in as a witness, Sheriff. You'll find out who really stole that money.
I guess you can't hold John and Bob on the robbery charge now.
Yeah, I reckon it might put a different slant on it at that. All right, you boys are free for now. I'll check on Brandy.
Monk just made a fast trip out to Brandy Jones' place in Shadow Canyon.
Any luck?
Not for Howard and Carol. We sort of convinced Brandy he ought to skip the county. We got nothing to worry about.
Only Howard and Carol, and that's plenty. With them proved innocent, that Royer outfit has a good chance of getting the business away from the rest of the shippers.
How are you going to stop them?
Through the shippers. What would happen if your men were to grab everything up that looked like merchandise before that freight line got its hands on it?
The Royer outfit wouldn't have anything to haul.
That's the idea. Go round up the boys and tell them to spare nothing. What they can't cart off, burn. We'll show Rimrock some things they'll never forget. And when the gun smoke clears away, we'll be in the saddle for good.
Hi, Peg. We're on our way to pick up that freight down at the Dexter mine.
No need to go now. Dexter won't be needing any freight wagons.
Another raid?
The Outlaws got off with a week's payroll and caved in the mine with explosives.
When is all this going to end?
When we decide to end it. We know that Marlin's behind these attacks. His men are doing this looting of homesteaders' property. It's up to us to get him.
How? We can't prove a thing.
Which do we want? Proof or Marlin?
Sure, Jesse, I know how you feel. But proof is the only thing that the law understands. Find out where the raiders are hiding that loot, then we'll have Marlin red-handed.
We'd know it if we saw it. We've lost wagons and shipments that are part of that loot.
Yes, and now we have no more customers left.
Haven't we? I just thought of something. The Royer freight line will soon have an unscheduled shipment to move.
I don't know what you're driving at.
Neither do the raiders. But I have a hunch they'll find out.
That's not John Howard talking. You sound more like Jesse James.
The James brothers have a reputation for dealing with stolen property. It's time they swung into action.
Let's see what we've got this trip. Not bad. High-grade stuff. All right, boys. Get your ropes and snag onto this wagon. We got another rig to add to our booty at the cave. Well, that's the last of it. We may have to get this wagon out of here.
What have we got here?
Got a half-ton of the sweetest ore samples you ever set eyes on. Donated by the Royer outfit.
Where's the driver?
He hit the trail taking the team with him. It was Carroll. About all he thought of was saving his own hide.
It don't sound like Carroll to me. First time I've ever known him to run away from a fight. Who else is with him?
Well, he was alone.
Maybe you just thought he was driving alone.
Well, I don't get you.
I don't like this setup. Where's Ames and Larson?
Well, I sent him out to look for Carroll.
Let's have a look around.
I'll save you some trouble.
Howard.
Nice little bank vault you got around here. But this looks like the showdown. Drop those guns.
Well, that should take care of him for a while.
Yeah, but this time we're going to make it permanent. Load him back into that trick compartment. Someday he'll be found pinned in his own trap. Get that tarp over the wagon.
did Ace have in Canyon Cave?
Practically everything that's been stolen from around here. Thousands of dollars worth.
Good. What's our next move?
I just happened to remember that the circuit court is in session at the county seat. There should be a United States Marshal over there.
Jesse, Ace's men are boasting all over town that you've left Rimrock for parts unknown.
Maybe they're thinking the same thing that I was, that you went over the cliff in that wagon.
Good. As long as Ace Marlin believes I didn't live to tell about his loot, he's likely to leave it where it is.
And maybe I better ride over to the county seat and bring the marshal back. Just slap a seizure order on that stuff.
No, that marshal might recognize you as Frank James. Peg, will you go?
Will I? That evidence can send Ace Marlin to jail for life.
Yeah, but like you said, what if the marshal's someone who knows us?
We're going to stake out and keep an eye on that cave anyway. Peg can find out if the marshal's dangerous and get word to us. If necessary, we can stay in hiding until he's been here and gone.
All right, Peg, on your way. We better sneak you out of town before Ace Marlin comes around to see if Peg's going to try to run a freight line without you.
Good. Go hook up a wagon. You can drive me out under cover.
Right. I'll pick up provisions at the relay station.
What worries me is Bob Carroll had to pick up our trail someplace. If it was at the cave, he'll know where we hid our loot as well as Howard did.
Then why are you wasting time here? We can't take a chance on Carroll. Go round up the boys, Ace.
That's my kind of talk, Belle. With Howard and Carroll both out of the way, Peg Royer won't have a chance with that freight line.
Right. Next, we'll take over the cattle business. I hear there's good money in that, too.
John Howard. I thought we got him.
So did I.
knows you're still alive, he's likely to find a new hiding place for his loot.
Right. But part of his loot is explosives. We're going to use it to seal up the entrance to that cave.
That's a good idea, Jesse. And before they can clear it away, Peg should be back with the marshal.
Let's go.
Any sign of him?
No, but he can't get very far on foot.
We can't take any chances on that. You stay here and wait for the others. If they haven't caught Howard, bring this wagon to the cave. Monk and I will ride ahead and start getting the stuff ready to move.
Who are you and what do you want here?
Looks like a good spot, Frank.
Yeah, this is just right.
Finish up here. I'll go back and see if the rest of the explosives are protected so that they won't explode when we set off this charge.
Right.
They must be inside. They sneaked up on me, Ace. Honest, I couldn't help it.
Clumsy ox. Come on. Turn around, Carol. Go ahead, light it. Yes, I know your partner's in here, too. I said light it.
You know, Ace, this might turn into their grave.
That we're going to make sure of this time, Monk.
This cave is getting too full of stuff anyway.
Now we can be sure that nobody but us will ever know where to find it.
Yeah. Or the Roya Freight Line boys.
We're wasting time, Monk. Go ahead, light it.
Drop those guns. Drop those guns.
Looks like it's blocked solid.
Yeah, and we got the evidence against Ace Marlin sealed up in there.
That can't do us anything but good.
As long as we don't waste too much time. Let's get back to Rimrock.
What's up? Something wrong?
Sure. Looks like we've had one put over on us.
John Howard. Leaving with Marshall at 4. Meet us at Horseshoe Gap, Peg. Don't see any trouble there. Howard and Carroll are the only ones except us who know where the loot is hidden. They're buried inside the cave with it.
That's what you think. I saw Howard and Carroll go into the freight office over an hour ago. That's one reason I sent for you.
Are you sure?
Of course I'm sure. And we're in plenty of hot water unless we can keep the law from getting into that cave.
It's a little late for that, ain't it?
Not if I delay the delivery of this telegram long enough to keep Howard and Carroll from meeting the coach at Horseshoe Gap. And in the meantime, that'll give you a chance to round up a welcoming committee to keep their appointment.
You kind of discouraged the marshal, huh?
Bell apologized for the delay. Seems the telegraph operator just forgot about it and went out to lunch.
That's a fine excuse. It certainly won't help us meet the stage at the Gap by 4.
And neither will talking about it. There's a couple of shortcuts we can take through the valley that still might get us there in time. Let's go.
From what you've told me, Miss Peg, you've had a rough trail. What makes you think this man Ace Marlin is behind all your troubles?
Because right from the start, he's been in on everything wrong that's happened to us. You see, after John Howard and Bob Carroll came to help us, Dad was killed. And an order we had for hauling government supplies was stolen from him. John went back to get another order, and Bob and I were set to pick up.
Howdy, Miss Royer. Bob?
By what authority are you moving these supplies, Mr. Marlin?
You can call me Ace. Mr. Carson here's my authority. He's in charge for the government. There was no one here to haul these supplies to the post, and they had to be moved, so, I worked it out with him, right?
How can you do that? You know the Royer Freight has the authorization for this job.
Why, Miss Roy, I'd be only too glad that you go ahead. Have you got the papers with you?
If we had the papers, Lon Roy'd be alive right now. But there's a special authorization on the way from the Garrison Commandant.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Meantime, I've still got the job, right?
Right.
What'll we do, Frank?
I've got an idea that might delay him until Jesse gets here. Take Marlin aside and start talking to him.
What about?
Anything. Just keep him busy.
I don't like it, but all right.
Well, thanks for a pleasant talk, Miss Royer.
Oh, you can call me Peg, Ace.
All right, Peg. All set? Let 'em roll. took them bolts out? Of all the cheap, low-down tricks.
Careful, there's a lady here.
Get over to the stable and get some new pins. What'd you have to do with this, Carol? Why I oughta...
Here it is, Peg.
John, how wonderful. Here's the order for the supplies, Mr. Carson.
Satisfied now? Tell your men to start unloading.
Those supplies stay right where they are.
That's mighty considerate of you, Marlin. Time's short. So we'll hire your wagons at the usual rate.
My wagons ain't for hire.
As long as you're in the freight business, they are. Get our drivers, Bob.
Oh, no, you don't.
Get up, Marlin. Now get out of here.
I'll be seeing you around, Howard.
Not a bad trick pulling those bolts. I suppose after that you got your supplies delivered on time.
No, the wagons were attacked and destroyed. John told me about it later. He was riding on ahead of the wagon train when he heard shots.
Kegs of coal oil in the other wagon.
Bring them over here. We'll blast them out of there. Get another one. Shoot a hole in it.
Pretty picture. Now, it makes me anxious to meet up with your cousins.
You will sooner than you expected. I asked them to meet us at Horseshoe Gap.
Good.
Should be there in a few minutes.
is, men. Get your masks up. Let's go.
Well, we're about ready.
Yes, all but the explosives to blast open the cave.
We'll get that in Bell on our way out of town. When that sealed-in loot is turned over to Marshal Rand, Ace is finished.
I'm worried. Notice how that marshal keeps staring at us, Frank?
You only imagine it.
What I'm afraid of is, does he imagine who we really are?
Don't shy at shadows.
Morning, Marshal. What brings you here?
Curiosity, mostly. You boys weren't in the Denver and Salt Lake region last year, were you?
Why, Bob was here at Rimrock.
And I was in Kansas.
Kansas, eh? There were several bank holdups down there last year, weren't there?
What you getting at, Marshal? Do you think we're a couple of bandits?
Maybe he thinks we're the James brothers. That it, Marshal?
No. Don't get your wind up. I was just curious. Well, I guess I'll be moseying.
You were right. Rand tried to tie us to someone else's crimes. Do you think he knows that we are Frank and Jesse James?
No, or he'd have made his move. But he's got a hunch about us that might cause us trouble.
Can't a man ever go straight and forget the past? All we're trying to do is live decently.
I know, Frank. So does Peg. But that don't help any. We've got to carry this thing through as we planned it.
Sure, but what if the marshal does wise up to who we are? What then?
Maybe he won't. Anyway, if we ride out in the deal now, it'll make Rand more suspicious than ever. It won't be Marlin he'll be looking for, but us.
That makes sense, Frank.
Yeah, it sure does. What's our next move?
To go ahead as though nothing happened. We'll open that cave, prove Ace's guilt to the marshal, and get him off our trail as soon as possible.
Right. Let's get started.
Morning, Marshal. What'll it be?
Good morning. I want to send a telegram, but I'd rather no one knew what's on my mind.
You needn't worry. Company rules don't let us give information to anyone.
I'm telegraphing the Information Bureau at Joplin for a file on Frank and Jesse James. I want to compare it with two boys who call themselves John Howard and Bob Carroll.
You're fooling.
No, I'm deadly serious. You know them?
Why, sure, but you can't really believe they're the James brothers.
I believe only what I see. And only two men I've ever heard of handle guns like Howard and Carroll. The James brothers.
So that's why they're with Royer Freight. Peg's father used to be one of the original James gang.
That's what first got me thinking.
Thinking that Howard and Carroll are behind Rimrock's raids and looting?
Well, I'll decide that when I get an answer to this telegram.
You don't need a telegram, Marshal. Remember how Lon Royer was captured?
Sure. A man named Ed Thorne identified him.
Ed Thorne can identify the James brothers if you're interested.
Just tell me where he is.
Suppose I had him here by sundown.
That's a bargain. But you better keep this quiet.
Don't worry, Marshal. I will.
Good day.
This is our chance to blame Howard and Carroll for everything that's happened around here.
If they're the James brothers, we'll know for sure when you get back for Pennimet Flat with Ed Thorne. Get riding, Ace.
What if Howard and Carroll blast open that cave before I get back?
You can't blast without explosives. And mine's the only store in Rimrock selling any.
They have to stop by here to load up, huh?
Exactly. And I have a nice little surprise waiting to stall their plans till you return with Thorne.
This I'm going to enjoy, getting the best of the James boys.
That came from the store.
Someone fired a shot without warning and escaped out the back way.
Our wagon!
Nice job of play acting, Waller. The rest is up to Monk.
All right, get on with it.
I'll get him from behind.
Don't move or the next shot might come closer.
I've heard you and your brother were handy with firearms, Mr. Jesse James.
And maybe you heard wrong. What's the idea of stealing our freight wagon?
I didn't steal it.
I just checked over that stuff in the rig. It's old rags and papers.
Then they switched our wagon and we followed the wrong one.
Placing those supplies will delay opening the cave.
That was Marlin's idea, wasn't it?
I don't know.
You knew enough to call us the James brothers.
If you're not, neither you nor Miss Royer have to worry.
Should she worry?
I only figured she'd get into trouble hiding out a couple of fugitives.
We better make sure she doesn't. Come on.
Where's Howard and Carol?
Probably returning from the cave.
We'll wait. You know Ed Thorne.
He claimed he knew my father.
That unfortunate trial. No hard feelings, Miss Royer. It was my duty to identify a lawbreaker.
Thorne's here to perform another duty. He's going to identify your partners.
You mean John and Bob?
I mean Frank and Jesse James. I'm beginning to understand who's been behind all of Rimrock's troubles.
I have a freight shipment to check.
You're staying. Shielding outlaws is one thing. I wouldn't want to add the charge of attempted escape. Who's that?
2 riders.
You recognize them?
They look mighty familiar, Marshal.
Frank and Jesse James, you're under arrest. understand who's been behind all of Rimrock's troubles.
I have a freight shipment to check.
You're staying. Shielding outlaws is one thing. I wouldn't want to add the charge of attempted escape. Who's that?
2 riders.
You recognize them?
They look mighty familiar, Marshal.
Frank and Jesse James, you're under arrest. This ex-member of your gang, Ed Thorne, has just identified you.
But I was mistaken, Marshal. I've never seen these 2 men before.
What's that?
Who brought you here for this, Thorne? Ace Marlin. Why? Because Ace wanted to keep the Marshal busy taking you into custody while he moves some stolen property from his hideout.
There's something wrong here, boys. I didn't...
Never mind the apologies, Marshal. Thorne's story ties in with what just happened to us.
Yeah, Ace's gang hijacked our explosives. If they use it to open up that cave, we'll have to find ourselves without any evidence against them.
Then we've got to stop them.
Why did you lie, Thorne?
Maybe because this was in his back.
You've got 10 minutes to get out of Rimrock, or every one of the old gang will know where to pick up your trail. I'll be in the next stage. See that he is, Peg. Let's get back to that cave.
This way with the posse.
Come on, boys, get ready for him. Dump that wagon over. Let's go.
Here they come. Stay with him until you clean out the cave. I'm going after Marlin.
I don't think it'll be very long before Ace Marlin's paid for your dad's murder, Ben. You'll never be able to outrun him.
Howard. You lost Ace.
I'm not so sure. He gave me the slip, but I picked up his trail and led right back to Rimrock.
Rimrock? Why, he wouldn't dare come back here now.
He might have taken that chance for getaway money, especially with Howard closing in on him.
Then he'd head for the safe in the Ace freight office. I better go down and have a look around.
Yeah. I'll have an armed posse surround this town. He'll never get out alive.
Good. I'll prowl around. I might run into him in town.
Have you any idea where to begin looking?
There's one possibility, Peg.
Where?
The Frontier Bell.
Well, how do you figure that?
Remember Thorne mentioning to us that he was brought into town by Marlin to put the finger on us?
Yes.
Well, does it seem likely that the marshal would have gone to Marlin for something like that?
No, not at all.
And the only other contact he had in Rimrock was Belle Calhoun.
Surely you don't believe that Belle is...
I don't believe anything until I can prove it, Peg. But from what happened today, Belle has a heap of explaining to do.
You're just like a cornered rat and you're trying to pull me down with you.
That's just what I'm trying not to do, Belle. If you listen to me a minute, you'll understand.
I still can't understand why you came here.
Because this is the last place in the world anyone would think of looking for me. You're a respected citizen in this town, Belle. This place is above suspicion.
All right, Ace. What do you want?
Hideout for a couple of days and a split of the profits. I'll get out of here when they're not looking.
Sounds fair enough. Wait till I get the keys to the cellar.
What is this?
Stand back and get those hands up.
Put that gun away, Belle. If you turn me over to the law, I'll tell them everything I know.
I don't intend to turn you over to the law. You've just convinced me I'm above suspicion. I think I can even get away with murder.
I'll do anything you say. I'll get out of here.
You'll get out of here. Feet first.
Hold it, Belle.
Oh, Howard, I'm so glad you came. I guess this is the man you're looking for.
She's lying.
I know he's our man. We need him to testify against you.
What do you mean?
It's no use, Belle. I stood outside and heard the whole story. You better give me that gun. Too late, Marshal.
You and Carol have been a great help, Howard.
Thanks, Marshal.
Your dad would have been mighty proud of these boys.
He was, ever since they decided to become his partners.
And quite a change in partners your dad's made, too. From the James brothers to Howard and Carol. From the Old West to the New. And a future bright with promise.
Mighty fine sentiment, Marshal. We'll try to make it good.
Goodbye.